I love you very much, Annie. And I think that I can't explain how grateful I am to have like met you and to have shared so many incredible experiences with you.
We called for an hour the other day and just chatted. We could just be so open and honest with one another. There isn't even a moment where we have to be like, is the other person okay? Because we'll just tell one another.
Annie, I remember when we first met, we were both interning for Born This Way, and I think it was probably like the first or second week of the internship, and the entire team was in New York City, and we had literally never met each other except for maybe like a 5-minute Zoom call, and I remember I was so nervous, and I walked in to this like beautiful restaurant on the Upper West Side. I didn't know what to wear. I think we might have texted a little bit about what to wear, and that was like our first like exchange probably. And you were one of the first people there, and I just remember like you gave me a big hug, and I felt like I was like, okay, maybe like I have a friend in this work environment. And little did I know that like you would be a friend for a long time going forward.
Hannah, I think about that first night we met a lot. I think about how we were sitting across from one another at the dinner table and we were talking about school, and you had started talking about your research. And I thought your research, first of all, incredible. I was so in awe, but I was also just so happy that you were so open and honest about the type of like super radical and political work you were doing. And that made me feel really comfortable opening up about the type of work that I do.
I think also vulnerability was just like such a big thing. And like, I think like from the moments when we were working together, when we first met, whether it was us being vulnerable about feelings of excitement that, oh my God, we got invited to this like really cool event, or whether it is vulnerability with feelings of like nervousness or being overwhelmed, hearing you be open and honest about how you were feeling. And like you said, like just straight up kind of unprompted made me feel so comfortable, because I was like, okay, like if Annie's being like this open with me, then like I can also be that open with you. It just felt like it was so supportive, and that we didn't need to kind of put on this guise of like being okay and like being like of not freaking out. And I think that it just made me feel a lot more like I could bring my full self to work, because I knew that like you were bringing your full self to work. That's why I've kind of loved just like staying in touch with you and still being friends with you, because like when we're planning our work calls or things like that, we would also talk about how we were feeling about senior year of college, or like, I don't know, getting to see Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett perform. Like, I think that it never felt like I had to filter out parts of my life when I was with you. And that was something that I just always appreciated.
I am super grateful for all the times, Hannah, throughout the summer I could just text you and letting you know that I was freaking out about something or super excited about something. You were just so open from the moment I met you, and so welcoming. It's such a warming and like grounding person to have in my corner throughout the entire summer.
Annie, I love you and I'm very grateful for you. I just am so grateful with how present you made me feel this summer, and like how much you continue to make me feel so present and like grounded in the moment. I remember this summer, like you were mentioning, we had so many once in a lifetime experiences, and I think it can often be so easy to just kind of let those go by. But you and I would always like just like stop and be like, oh my God, how is this our life? I think half of our text messages to each other are probably like, oh my God, how is this our life? And I think just having your vulnerability and honesty has always made me feel more human. And I'm forever grateful for that and for you.
Made me cry. Oh, I love you too. There's so many different ways to be there for someone, whether that be a friend, loved one, or coworker.